I thought this would be a good week to do this. Because when I read you, Taibbi, as I always do, about Russia, that seems to be what you're saying, the Russia-Trump connection. I don't know, right? You get what I'm saying? That's your thesis, really, is that the media was like, I don't know for a fact, I just know it's true. And I just have to pick this fight with you.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Because I understand, you're right, the media does leap on things too soon. They don't care, they want to be first, more importantly than being accurate. But, you know, it sounds like you think that when Trump says it was a hoax, he's right, and I don't think that's the case. I mean, you said that you compared it to WMDs. You said the Russia connection with Trump is this generation's WMD. I don't think that's an accurate analogy because there were no WMDs, but there was collusion with Russia.
Really? Like where? I mean,
where? The Senate Intelligence Committee. This is run by Republicans who are, if anything, slavish to Trump. Their report said Trump campaign's interactions with Russian intelligence services during the 2016 presidential election posed a grave counterintelligence threat. Why would Republicans say that about Donald Trump?
Okay, first of all, Mueller didn't say that. Second of all, they're talking about one person.
Mueller did not say that. Remember, he was like, I'm not going to not say. He pussied out, but he didn't exonerate him at all.
This story is about the alleged delivery of public polling data to a guy named Konstantin Kilimnik, who works for the International Republican Institute and was
well, he's also
visitor.
been described as a GRU agent. We don't really know. He's certainly something close to the people in Russia. Now, you will admit that they had a building of people in St. Petersburg who were just assigned to rat-fuck the election through Facebook, right?
Well, yeah, theoretically, they talked about $100,000 that was spent by that company.
Right, but Facebook's free.
But they never established a connection between that company and the government.
Well,
and look,
they were just doing it voluntarily in St. Petersburg.
$100,000 worth of ads, that's nothing compared to what, if they really wanted to affect the election, why not just give Trump $50 million?
9/11 didn't cost much either.
Okay.
You know,
I mean,
it's not about how much you spend.
I think the more significant thing is that there was such a massive quantity of fake stories that did go through, from the Steele dossier to the...
Well, but the Steele dossier got right two very important things. That, you know, that Russia was waging a broad campaign to elect Trump, and that was before that was established. And the other thing that they got right was the WikiLeaks leak. I mean, that the Democrats...
This was all being written during the time when all of this was already coming out. And then the FBI actually even concluded that they couldn't find any original reporting in the Steele dossier that actually panned out. The stuff that was actually original in the Steele dossier, everything from the P-tape to the well-developed conspiracy of 5 years, the plan between the FSB and Trump, none of that panned out.
Well, the P-tape, I agree, was a tragedy for the media.
But that was a massive story for years. I mean, we weren't talking...
Well, it was a massive story because people people would rather talk about P than the budget.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
On most shows. Not on this show. We talk about both. But that was confirmed by Mueller, that the hacks... I mean, Roger Stone... right, told WikiLeaks to release the Democratic emails, the Podesta emails, right after the Hollywood Access tape came out. And they did it within an hour. Within a day after Trump said publicly, Russia, if you're listening...
Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by our press.
I hope you can hack those emails. They started to do it. That's not collusion.
No, look, the Roger Stone indictment actually proves that the collusion theory was wrong. They even at that very late date, they were trying to reach out to WikiLeaks. If there was actually a conspiracy between WikiLeaks, Russia and Trump, they wouldn't have had Roger Stone reaching out and being told to fuck off, by the way, by WikiLeaks.
But it's not a
so late in the
coincidence that
game.
those emails were released right after.
Yeah, but that's a completely different thing from talking about an espionage conspiracy where, you know, Trump and the Russians got together to plan to fix an election. I mean, they're allowed to talk to WikiLeaks if they think they have a big story that's going to hurt Hillary Clinton.
To pretend that all didn't happen, that they weren't in bed with the Russians. I mean, and then they did it again because they got away with it. Rudy Giuliani went to Ukraine and met with a guy who he said, at best, this is like 50-50 a Russian agent. That was his defense. Should we even be meeting with people who are at best 50-50 a Russian agent? That's how far the goalposts had moved. Like, that's not a big thing anymore.
Yeah, but Bill, the story for 3 years was Trump colluded with the Russian secret services to fix an election. It was an espionage conspiracy story that we took seriously. We were told every
because it
single
is
day on cable
serious. They didn't have to be in the same room. He didn't. See, the thing is with Trump is he committed his crime so publicly that people just thought it must not be a crime because how else could you get away with that? It's like the guy who cheats on his wife right at the prime table in the most popular restaurant. And honey, if I was fucking her, would I be right here at this?
This is.
Let's move on.